Welcome to the Reverie Esports Open. My apologies, not the Open. It is the Rift Qualifier number 3 for the Rift Cup number 3. So if I'm getting my dates correct, that's what it says. So very well. So we are on patch 7.12, and we are having Team 7 facing off against Kinesis Green. I'm assuming Kinesis Green is a sister team of Kinesis Esports. And we are ready to go. We already have 2 bans right off the bat from both teams. We got Rakan, we have Caitlyn, and we have Yasuo and LeBlanc. So we're just waiting on our last set of bans. And we should get going. Just so everyone knows, I'm your caster Effect FX. I'm unfortunately alone for the moment, but hopefully we may have someone else join me a little bit later into the evening. And it's going to be a Gragas and a Zac to round out the first set of our bands here, and we'll be going into the first picks. And the first one is going to be Xayah locked in pretty quickly. And we have Karma and Ivern, both who received some nerfs in response to a bunch of the support items being buffed up. And unfortunately, it looks like Riot in this last patch has not fixed the summoner spells, so they're off the screen currently no matter what I do. But, well, not a huge issue, just a moderate annoyance. And it's going to be a Nunu locked in, so that is most likely going to be Nunu jungle. And a Lulu for support, because Lulu did make it to the bans, been making a bit through more frequently as of late. And I just realized how completely awkward this sounds because I have no one else to really bounce any additional audio off of, so I might turn the music back on, but keep it very quiet, just so there's something there. Let me see if I can adjust that just to barely mute. Perfect. There we go. And it's going to be an Orianna. So we are now working on our next set of bands, which are going to be... I'm very curious to see what they're going to be, actually. It's going to be Twitch, Fiora. Is the stream not live? Oh, apparently it is live. Okay, so it's in my... Okay. And we are now waiting on our next set of bands. We're taking their time on this one. It is going to be a Artie. So no Nine-Tailed Fox for anyone. And now we are on our very, very last band. And it was actually very, very quick. It was a Kog'Maw. So 2 ADC bands from T7. Probably picking on Bobby Big Plays a little bit there. Going to force him onto something like a Lucian, probably. We've seen Bobby play Lucian quite a bit here at Reverie. And he actually does quite well on it, but they're letting that pick sit for last. Very curious. Unless that's not a Xayah bottom lane, it could be... I mean, to be fair, that's all I've ever seen Xayahs go bot lane, so I'm not sure if they would be a solo lane Xayah. Very curious to see Kinesis holding onto that marksman pick so late into the rotation here, especially when the marksman's already been picked. But that's all they need, unless this is some kind of odd... No, they need some kind of physical damage, so I can't think of anything else they would put in bot lane. Maybe Orianna. Seems odd. But now we are waiting on a mid lane pick, and it looks like it might be Taliyah. We got about 5 seconds for the Shy Kid to lock it in, and it is indeed going to be Taliyah to match against Resha King's Orianna. And Rangito now has to pick the marksman. I'm assuming a marksman. I find it highly unlikely that they're not going to pick a marksman. Let me know if you guys can't hear me alright. I am... Of course, I've got no one to really bounce this off of. I'll make sure I'm in the right channel in case my co-caster shows up. I am indeed. Awesome. And it is going to indeed be a Lucian. Not a huge surprise from here because I've seen Bobby play several times here at Reverie. And it looks like we are all locked in. We're ready to go. We have everybody where they need to be. It's going to be Optic Waffles on the Camille, who did receive some very minor buffs in this last patch. Not huge, but decent enough. And I'm facing off against Beniona on the Galio. Never esports or bust. Well, unfortunately, not right now. Sorry. It's going to be W03 on the Nunu in the jungle. it'll be taking on Yogi Bear's Ivern. So maybe potentially going to pick on Yogi Bear a little bit with some invasions. And it's going to be Sniper Chicken on the Talia, and it'll be facing off against Wretched King's Oriana. And of course, last but certainly not least, we have the bottom line with Nixay and the Shy Kid on Zaya Lulu facing off against Lucian, being played by Bobby Big Plays, and Rigeto playing the Karma. And now we are entering our 3-minute delay, and we'll be right back after this commercial break. So do not go anywhere, folks. And here we are on to the Rift. Team 7 versus Kinesis Green. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. And they're off, with Kinesis staying relatively grouped up as they move forward. Well, with the exception of Ranky, who is being a slowpoke. Oh, it looks like Ranky is going to sit off to the side and ward, while the rest of them possibly invade, or they prep for an invasion of themselves. They want to counter-invade. Yeah, so that's probably what they're doing. They're just looking to catch anyone who the first person who charges forward in something fairly reckless.
30 seconds until minions
Or I'm wrong,
spawn.
or they're actually going to invade. They might catch Nixay. Nope, it is going to be... The binding is going to miss, but they do get a little bit of poke damage. As they get some vision down of their own. Alrighty, well played. So they do get some vision down, so they are going to know exactly where WCU3 is going to start. I imagine that is what they'd want to do to try to avoid any jungle shenanigans.
Minions have spawned.
Though as a response, Team 7 did get a ward down of their own. Just at the Raptor camp. Ooh. Little sneak attack by Sniper Chicken, getting some free damage onto Wretched King. Managing to proc that Thunderlords very easily. And the minions have arrived in mid lane, so the mid laners, of course, are going to start farming. And both junglers, with some help, are going to be starting on the top side of the map. Well, Viper doesn't really need the help, to be fair. And Nixay getting the feathers down. Wants to set up a possible, any kind of free damage, I imagine. And right now it's fairly slow. There's not a whole lot going on. Vaniona is not particularly interested in getting into a brawl with Optic Waffles. It is a Camille, so even before these little buffs that she's gotten, it's probably not a favorable matchup between a Camille and a Galio. Trying to use the Winds of War just to farm as best as he can, so. And they both do have the Dorans. No, WG3 going to get both junglers getting both buffs relatively close to the same time, not too far apart at all. Though Yogi Bear does have the advantage currently in CS, so it is a minor. Vaniota trying to get the dash, get the knock zone on Optic Waffles, but not getting the cast out quite fast enough. WG3 and Yogi Bear both wanting the vision in the river, but there's the root on Sniper Chicken. Sniper Chicken forced to flash. There's the ghost, but there is going to be a knockback forcing them away, so it does look like Sniper Chicken is going to be able to get away, but he had to pop all summoners to do it. So that was 3 summoners, not counting Smite. That was 3 summoners on the side of Team 7 and 2 summoners on the side of Kinesis. Wretched King only used Ghost. Actually, I'm curious, you don't usually see mid laners picking up heal usually. If we see a defensive, it's usually barrier, but he has opted to take the heal this time. Which will work out fairly well in his favor, because currently there is no healing debuffs. Ooh, knockup from Camille is not going to land, so there's going to be no stun, but Vinio has no mana to trade with, and he's actually doing an okay job keeping up in CS, but he's probably going to be forced back relatively soon. Well, we do see Yogi Bear invading a little bit, get some vision down near the Gromp and the blue buff. It's only 420, so the buff isn't quite up just yet, but it is. When Renew goes for the next Gromp, they will know where he is. Any vision is good vision. Sniper can try to get that spinning earth to hit Wretched King a bit, but only a couple shots do. How are they doing on CS? Both mid laners relatively close to CS, a very slight advantage to Sniper Chicken, but that may not remain long because of a super tiny lead. Bobby does get snared up a little bit. Looks like Wretched King is winning the trades in mid lane though, taking advantage of the fact that Sniper Chicken has no summoners. And is actually quickly running out of mana as well. He's going to need that blue buff fairly soon. If he can even stay in the lane before it shows up. Nope. There is a ping into the top blue side, so they do know exactly where WG3 is. Well, they have a fair approximation because he did pass by that ward. Probably keeping away from the feathers is going to sit off to the side. And they're going to freeze the lane right there. Very well played. Wretched King trying to force this wave up as best he can. Here comes Yogi Bear to assist, I imagine. Yep. And it's going to give Wretched King a good opportunity to back and a nice large wave that Wretched King is going to miss out on. He'll get some of it, but not all of it. And Benioda, having picked up the Corrupting Potion to give himself a little bit of sustain, whereas Optic Waffles has opted to pick up a Refill Potion and a Longsword. Looks like he's working towards that Tiamat, so he has some additional wave clear. Very useful. Though I'd be curious to see if he works towards the Titanic Hydra or the Ravenous Hydra. Like I say, trying to keep in position to avoid any kind of snares. Feathers everywhere, feathers everywhere. How are we doing in the bot lane for CS? Very slightly to Nixay. There's some minions there, so it will even out if it's going to land all hits. Benioda not having any Tamiri is fairly lowish on mana, but he is keeping up in CS, so that's a huge plus. Doesn't need to beat Optic Waffles, but he does need to keep up. And W03 looking to steal, but with the Smite consumed, they're just easily going to eat up that red buff. And Yogi Bear in a little bit of trouble. He is going to be going down. There's the Shockwave, though. That is going to be W3 going down. Optic Waffles in a lot of trouble. Oh, Benioda getting knocked back by Sniper Chicken. Oh, there's the Weaving Wall. They're trying to get to Optic Waffles, but he looks like he's going to get away. Nope. And Optic Waffles launching himself at the wall is going to be going down, unfortunately. It looks like Rangito did come up to help, so that did assist a little bit. So that was they lost red buff, but that was a 2-for-1. Both Optic Waffles and W03 going down for that red buff and a kill onto Yogi Bear. Oh, Sniper Chicken is going to be forced to back. There's no way he can continue to stay in lane. And Dragon is being targeted by Yogi Bear. They're wanting to recover a little bit from the lost fight. They're still at a decent advantage, or they're keeping up, I should say, because they're equal in CS pretty much. But if they pick up this Drake, that'll be a good trade. A kill for a Drake, not bad. And they are completely unaware that this is happening. This is going to be a free Drake for Kinesis, it looks like. Yep, no pings, no awareness. They have no vision here. So it's indeed going to be going down. For that to be the first Drake of the game going down at 840. Nice little pickup. And Yogi Bear looking like he's going to set up this blue buff. He gets it for himself, as well as getting a nice little thing for Wretched King to pick up, so he has his blue of his own. Talia. Sniper Chicken getting a nice set of earth onto Wretched King, getting that Thunderlord's Bronze, so it is a decent amount of damage. And Benioda picking up some Ninja Tabby and additional armor, so that should help a little bit against Optic Waffles. Make those trades a little easier. Gets the taunt off right away. And doing a fairly decent trade in return. The armor is going to help significantly. Winter we're also doing some decent damage as well. They're going to take out some vision. I keep saying they, I should use their names, shouldn't I? They is very non-specific. So Nixay just trying to push this wave up. They're still slightly ahead of Kinesis, but Team 7 is not a huge lead here in the bottom lane. It's very, very small. There's an item lead. Nixay picking up a longsword over the Dorn's blade. There's the Dorn's shield as well. W03 looking like he wants to sit for a possible gank here. They do using the control word to clear out the vision in that bush. It is going to let W03 push up into it once they take out that cannon minion. But instead he's actually going to opt to maybe back away. He's kind of wavering. Nixay trying to get the root onto Bobby big place, but Bobby is gonna dash away very easily. Ooh, Winniona getting stunned, and then Optic almost managed to get out of range of that taunt before it goes off. Currently, it's hard to say who is winning this because it's such a small lead for Kinesis. It's 400 gold at 11 minutes. It's not significant. Oh, Wretched King taking a big chunk of damage, but Sniper Chicken also taking a big chunk of damage. Ooh, Winter Whirl off a little bit there. Didn't really land anywhere significant. I hear voices, or is that just Camille speaking? Okay. The Sniper Chicken and W3 wanted to possibly gank the bot there at the turret, but opting to back off. Minion actually doing an excellent job now that it has that armor. Able to easily pick up those minions, and he's actually ahead now by 5. And once Winter War gets going, it actually is quite effective at clearing out minion waves, especially the caster minions. And Optic is happily just continuing to push. Gets the stun onto Beniona, but I think Beniona is even slightly hurt. He's going to lose 1 creep, looks like maybe 2. No. They did mark the control ward that Roger King put down in that side bush there, but it is quickly going to go down. Probably to 0-3 as he walks up. Yep, there it is. He is easily going to take that. And with some pressure, it looks like Optic Waffles is going to keep shorten that tiny CS advantage that Benionia had, but it is a small lead. Neither team really seems committed to a fight here. Well, as I say that, here's a flash forward by Rangito onto Shykid. Shykid forward to flash as well. Nixay also flashing. Here comes Beniona with the taunt, both on Shykid and Nixay. Here's Optic Waffles trying to get into the back line. There's, here in the mid lane, we got Sniper Chicken getting taken down by Wretched King. Sniper Chicken flashing and healing, but it's not enough. And we see the 3 members in the bot lane for Team 7 are forced to back off. It's currently 4v3. Nixon taking a big chunk of damage. Here comes Daisy to try and get some damage and force them back, but Daisy does go down. And it's now 5 members down here in bot lane. And they're going to get the first brick as well, so that is going to be Kinesis pushing forward with a little bit, and Dragon is up in 30 seconds.
Blue team's turret.
There's that first brick. W3 in the top lane, trying to get some damage on this turret. He may actually get it, but it'll be close. He might need this next wave. Depends on how quickly Beniona, if he decides to go there, but he's not actually. He's opting to head towards the dragon. I didn't quite catch it, but they might have stolen that red buff there. In the bot side. Indeed, I think that is what happened. Depends on where the camera goes, if we can fully confirm that. Yeah, I think that is indeed the case because Wretched King does have a red buff. We see Team 7 working on Rift Heralds. They're wanting the pushing power. They want to be able to take a turret. They're easily going to be able to get it with the Nunu. There's no contest. Surprisingly, that top turret did not go down though it is extremely low. Ooh, Optic Buff with a good stun, and there's the ultimate onto Bobby. Bobby's in a lot of trouble. There's the redemption is going to keep him alive, but it's not going to be enough, and it's going to be him going down to Optic Waffles and Sniper Chicken and W03. Rangito and Yogi Bear trying to get there to help him, but it's just unfortunately too little too late. Beniona trying to keep his bottom turret alive as well. Rangito getting slowed up, he doesn't dodge the shifting earth. But he is going to be going down. There's the shield to keep him alive, but it's not enough. Sniper Chicken does take him down. Oh, Yogi Bear may be in trouble? No. Looks like Team 7 are predicting either they saw Wretched King or they predicted he was on his way up. It's not going to be enough here. We're going to get away probably. They do take the turret as well. And Beniona's trying to keep this wave up, trying to keep this turret alive, but he might get Shy Kid. Nope, there is the heal to keep Shy Kid alive. That turret is very close to dead. It is going to go down in the next wave for sure. If there's no help on the way, but there might be. Here's Beniona looking for the taunt. He is only going to get Nixay with it. You see Bobby on the way. There's the knockup on Nixay. Nixay is low on mana. Looks like Beniona might go down. He's going to keep himself alive with the dash, but it's going to be not enough. Oh, he flashes the ultimate. There's Bobby picking up Shy Kid, and he might just pick up Nixay. There's a lot of minions though, and he does go down. Beniona going to be able to finish the job on Nixay with some help from Megiddo coming down with the roam. With a good shield. So a 2-for-1 in favor of Kinesis. Actually, no, in favor of... No, in favor of Kinesis. I almost got the teams mixed up. I was right the first time there. And possibly another Earthdrake for Kinesis, speaking of. Nope, they're just gonna get vision on it. They have the River Scarab and a control ward onto it. And it looks like they're gonna rotate Rangido and possibly Yogi Bear. We're gonna rotate to this bot turret, try to keep it alive as Optic Waffle is trying to push toward it. It's not gonna take much to kill this turret. And it is gonna be indeed enough. They're gonna keep it alive with next to no health. Yogi Bear gonna go ahead and get a blue buff for himself. And there is a little bit there, little dot there. Probably gonna go to Sniper Wretched King, who is taking a lot of damage from Sniper Chicken. Here is a Ghost trying to keep himself alive, and now they're starting the Drake. They need to be careful because W03 is actually here this time, and it could be. Never mind. I was gonna say it could be stolen away, but they have no vision and are nowhere close to it. That's a second Earthdrake. Go into Kinesis. That is going to help a lot for taking objectives. And W3 is going to eat. Going to eat Daisy alive with the smite. With the help of that Rift Charm, they're easily going to take that mid turret. And now they have taken all 3 outer turrets. Actually puts them 1 turret ahead of Kinesis. Giving them a very slight 500 gold lead at the 18-minute mark. They're going to do a little bit of counter jungling. Going to take that big raptor and a couple little ones, but oops, excuse me. Still, this game is anyone's game. It's still super close. The leads are so insignificant, it's hard to tell who's winning. See, Beniona at the top lane has an advantage in terms of CS and kills, but it is still Optic Waffles playing a Camille. Camille can do quite dangerous in the late game. He has that turning force, has the TMF, probably working on Titanic Hydra. Oh, Bobby could be in trouble. Here comes Optic doing a lot of damage. There's the silence. There's the prison locking him in. That is going to be Bobby going down. Bobby trying to flash away from the ultimate of Beniona, but Beniona is going to get the taunt, and they're quickly going to pick up Optic Waffle. 1-for-1 essentially. Rangido trying to stay alive. Baron has been aggroed, but that does mean that he is going to be going down most likely. There it goes. W going to be taken by W3. There is the taunt on the W3. He's a lot of really casting absolute zero. Trying to keep himself alive. He does take out the AZ. There is a 2-man shockwave. Actually, no, it's going to be 1-man because Nixay dodged it. And then it's going to be Sniper Chicken picking up Wretched King. Now Beniona is in trouble. He's going to get the taunt onto Sniper Chicken. You see Yogi Bear trying to keep him alive, but it's not going to be enough. And that is going to be a 1-for-3, maybe a 1-for-4 if Yogi goes down. He's barely going to keep it alive. And so that is going to be Team 7 actually taking the lead there by a fairly significant amount. That's going to push them about to 1.52k lead. Bobby dodging out the combo of Sniper Chicken. Though they may have gotten the kills, there is no objective take. And it's going to keep that mid turret alive a little bit longer.
Just stand back.
See Sniper Chicken trying to keep that wave back, but he is most likely going to have to be backing soon. He is at half health. That is quite dangerous.
Never
I see Kinesis trying to keep control of the vision around Baron. They do have double Earth Drake. So, Mountain Drake I should say, sorry. Earth, Mountain, same difference. That does give them an advantage at taking those kinds of objectives. So it's definitely more possible than if they didn't have the double Mountain Drake. And we see Sniper Chicken has picked up that Banshee's Bell, taking advantage of that spell shield, hopefully going to give him a bit more survivability, especially against Ratchet King, who has been doing quite well for himself. There's the root onto Strikekid, but Strikekid also managed to land a good lance onto 2. But he is the support, so he didn't do a ton of damage. Rankito, either he had a good reflex or he was just instinctively baiting out the combo from Sniper Chicken. Maybe he predicted, I don't know. Beniona trying to keep this wave from being pushed up too hard. Optic Waffle here to say, no, we're going to push this wave up. No, Optic Waffles has a teleport. Beniona does not. Nope. See Optic and W3 trying to set this blue buff. W03 could be in trouble. There's Winds of War. He's trying to get away. The taunt doesn't land. There's the Weaver's wall. It's locked out Ebear away from his team, but he is on the opposite side of the wall. Beniona going over the wall, trying to get some damage to keep the enemy team away, but he is melting. There's a 3-man shockwave though. Nick's going to be forced to ult and get the taunt right off. Or sorry, not the taunt, but his little area effect ultimate off. Surprisingly, no one died from that 3-man shockwave though. No summoners were burned or anything. There wasn't any kind of follow-up, unfortunately. Ooh, Rankito could be in trouble. Double shields are going to keep him alive barely. Sniper Chicken is no joke with that damage. Poor Beniona, unfortunately, not able to tank that fight out. Even though he's building quite tanky, didn't melt it under that level of damage. And it looks like Team 7 is going to steal away this red buff. So we do see some pings from Kinesis there, going right to Drake. 4-man. It looks like Benio is also on his way down. He does have his ultimate, so he can get to a fight very easily, very quickly. And with Sniper Chicken and Strikekid and Optic Waffles nowhere near this Baron. Sorry, Dragon. Oh! W0 trying to use the cone to get over the wall and steal it, but unfortunately the smite was slightly too soon and he didn't get close enough to eat it. So that is the 3rd Drake of the game going to Kinesis, and that gives them a very large advantage. Ooh, good stun by Optic Waffles onto Rankito, doing a lot of damage. He is going to lock him down. Rankito is most likely going to die. There's the shield to keep him alive. He's actually going to get away. There's this ultimate from Beniona keeping him alive. So Optic Waffles most certainly looks like he's going to kill Rankito, but Rankito had just enough shield and support to keep himself alive there. And Sniper Chicken and team trying to keep people from backing comfortably. They're going to opt to push forward this Weaver's Wall, but it does not catch out Ratchet King. Ratchet King, not Ratchet King. Nixie taking a huge chunk of damage. There's the taunt onto Beniota. He's going to land on 3 with a flash. And it's going to be Nixie easily going down. Beniota trying to get some CC on to this. New W3 is quite tanky though. There's the calling. Unfortunately, W3 is going to get out of the range of it, but he is still most likely to go down. There's the taunt. Beniota trying to get the Lens of War, but it does not connect to anyone else. That is going to be 2 members of Team 7 going down. This could be a Baron. Object Waffles is alive, but with the help of Sniper Chicken, maybe they can prevent this Baron from happening. There's Daisy, and they're dumping everything into it. Here comes the rest of Team 7 though, trying to keep this Baron from happening. Wretched is getting melt under Sniper Chicken's damage. They're trying to collapse onto Optic Waffles to pick him up, but that is going to be Wretched going down, actually being picked up by the Baron, and the credit going to Shaiken. And that is going to force them back off. That is a 1-for-1 essentially. And they stop the Baron from happening, so that is a huge plus. How are we doing it in gold? Actually, Team 7 is still with a very slight gold lead, about 2k. Beniota picking up the Adaptive Helm, I believe. Gonna give us consistent magic damage resistance against Sniper Chicken. Actually trying to get some additional vision around the Baron. He's picked up that River Scarab. Shaiken finding a control ward is going to be able to easily take it down. Where are we at? See, Beniota has rotated to the bottom side. He does have teleport, but Optic Waffle is opting to match him, also has teleport. And they also can cancel both their teleports really easily. Unless Beniota teleports in the exact perfect spot in the lane that there's no way for the hookshot to reach it, which I don't know if that's possible. Optic Waffle is going in, but also is Beniota doing quite a bit of decent damage. So he's backing off, waiting for cooldowns. And we see Kinesis getting as much vision as they can taken away. Now River Scare vision buff is about to go away. It's about less than half. What are we doing here? Both top laners are top laning in the bot lane. Yogi Bear is going to get a good stun on Nixon. Nixon going to take a huge chunk of damage. He's going to be forced to ult. Yogi Bear is going to be zoned away. Can't possibly risk it. There's a double shockwave. That is going to be Nixon going down with W03 quickly being taken down as well as he's rooted. And there's no way he's going to get away. Ooh, no, he did not get away. Weaver's Walls wasn't enough to keep them away from him, but they're also going to get this turn for free. Rangy to take a huge chunk of damage from Sniper Chicken. Sniper Chicken trying to do his best to get away as well. And with that there, looks like Kinesis is going to opt to go for Baron again. The exact same 2 members are down, and the exact same 3 members are up. They are a little bit stronger than before, but it's still very risky. Sniper Chicken is no joke when it comes to damage. Optic Waffle though getting melted. There's the exhaust. He's going to be forced to hookshot over the wall to get away. He's only half health now, so there's not much he can do to interrupt this unless he's going to die. He can do something, but he'll die immediately. Sniper Chicken trying to steal it, but it's not going to be enough. It's going to be picked up by Yogi Bear very easily. And it's going to be Kinesis taking home a Baron. So they have 3 dragons and a Baron right now. So they are doing quite well in the secondary objectives.
I am your friend.
Need more caffeine. And it looks like we are seeing Kinesis setting up for the next Drake, but Team 7 is also here. They're actually here to contest this time. They've managed to get the vision right in front of the dragon. Optic Waffle taking some damage from Beniota, but the Blasting Cone is going to separate them very easily. Here comes Kinesis. They're pushing forward. They want this dragon. It's another Earth Drake. That is going to be 3 Earth Drakes if they take this. and is going to be forcing W03 to flash over the wall. If he wants to get back over, he's going to have to walk over or use a blasting cone. It looks like he's opting to walk over. There's the Weaver's Wall. Trapping Bobby Big Place is going to dash over the wall. There's the calling. Nice absolute zero from W3. He's going to zone people a little bit, but he's going to cancel it early. There's the Galley ultimate to force them back. No shockwave just yet, but you see that Retro King looking for it. Team 7's been forced back. There's a triple taunt from Beniona, followed up by that shockwave. That is going to be double kill. Make that a triple almost. No, but it's going to be picked up by Rangido, but that is going to be Sniper Chicken, Shykin, and Rangido. Sorry, W3 also going down. Beniona maybe looking for a chase. Optic Waffle's losing a quarter of his health. Actually, a little bit more. To the... Oh! Optic Waffle is getting the ultimate onto Yogi Bear, but he's going to be forced to flash away. He's almost going down. He's going to be picked up by Yogi Bear. That is a 4 for nothing. Going in favor of Kinesis. They still have Baron, so they just need to get a wave and they can probably take something here. You see that Nexay has spawned with those Baron up minions and this relatively decent build at the mid portion of this game. It is quickly going to be going down. That is a dead inhibitor right at the 32-minute mark. And now they're pinging this next dragon. That is going to be 4 dragons going to Kinesis. That is a huge advantage, especially if they're hitting any kind of objective. And they're going to take the red buff as well, for free. And that is going to be huge amounts of damage to any kind of objective, whether it be turrets or dragons or barons. Team 7 valiantly holding on to, but the lead is slowly extending out from them.
Where did you rackies get all this gold?
Where are you guys going? Just trying to get vision down, it looks like. They know what they need to do. They can easily pick any lane and push it up, and it looks like they're going to do with Beniona pushing the bot side, and everybody else going towards top. W3 looking to possibly fight.
Never falter.
3 members are going to get spotted out by the Clairvoyants. Oh, I forgot what they called it now. I'm just thinking Clairvoyants, but I'm not sure that's right. Object comes back from the wall, but he's just trying to farm. Trying to rotate to bot as fast as he can. And the rest of Kinesis, as expected, rotating to the top side, wanting to take up that last outer turret. Yogi Bear gonna start working on it. You have plenty of shields to keep him healthy. And it quickly does go down right when the minions get there. And we see Kinesis all grouped up with the exception of Beniona and the bot, and looks like Team 7 is going to match them with Optic Waffles in the bot side as well. I'm taking a look for any kind of damage, but it does not catch Retro King entirely. Bobby Boo's popping the calling. Here comes Daisy. They're just looking to take this objective as well as they can. About half health, but Daisy is going to get eaten alive by W03. There's the smite and the consume onto him. Can friendlies see inside a Ivern bush? I'm not sure. If the Ivern was on their team. I've never really given that any consideration. I'm gonna say they can though, most likely. That is gonna be a good snare on W3 as they try to take the turn. It's very, very close to dead, only a couple more hits left. Speaking of, we see Yogi Bear trying to get forward to hit it, and it looks like it's gonna be finished off by Rangido. Rangido or Rangido? They sound very similar. And that is also going to be Beniona also taking that tier 2 bottom turret. So doing quite pushing for himself as well. He's got the Gargoyle Plate, the Iceberg Gauntlet, and the Adapt now working on a Locket. Ooh, that is going to be Nixie dodging the shockwave with his own ultimate. So that if he hadn't dodged that, he most certainly would be dead right now. So he's being forced to back. I don't know if they baited that on purpose, but either way, very well played. Optic Waffle's trying to keep these waves pushed up, trying to keep Benny on it in check. See, Wretched King needs to use that his aura to put pressure on the W03, who's quickly losing health, and that is going to this next. Sorry, the inhibitor trick going down right at 35 minutes in the top lane. W3 wanting to push forward. There's the inhibitor going down to Wretched King. There's the Weaver's Welder, locked the enemy team in, but I don't know if they can possibly dive in here. Beniona trying to keep them at bay. There's the Optic Waffles jumping in onto somebody. It looks like he's going to take out Bobby. And Frankito also going down, but W03 is going to go down. And it's going to be most likely Optic Waffles also going down. And here comes Shy Kid also about to go down. Sniper Chicken doing his best to get away, but I cannot see him getting the distance here. There's the flash taunt, and this might just be game. So that is a full ace at 36 minutes, leaving 2 members of Team 7, or sorry, Kinesis alive. And yeah, they're quickly going to take the Nexus turrets, and they're quickly going to take this game. Congratulations to them. They're going to moving on to the semifinals. Valiant effort by Team 7, but unfortunately, they started losing control of the game eventually, and it went in favor of Kinesis. So congratulations to them. So on that note, we'll be taking a small tiny break as we prepare for the next game. We'll be right back, so do not go anywhere, folks.
made of, baby, that's made of all that we
And we're back for the next round of our Reverie Esports Cup qualifiers. Number 3 for the Cup number 3. So, sorry about the delay, folks. We had to wait for the this lobby to get opened up and started, but here we are. We are ready to go. It's going to be Last Hope versus Kinesis Green. And we have 2 bans for the bet. It's going to be a Jarvan and a Fiora, fairly quick bans. And also there's a Galio targeting Beniona, who did quite well for himself against a Fiora lane. Who actually, it makes sense they did ban the Fiora against Cavelli, who is very well known for his Fiora play. There's also a Camille ban. Lots of potential top lane bans just going all over the place. There's a Kennen ban also top lane. Let me guess, is the next one also going to be top lane? We do see Kinesis taking their time with this one. It's going to be a Zac, so more of a jungle ban. He did see some very slight nerfs in this last patch, but nothing that is going to hurt him too much. And there is the Rek'Sai, so we get to see the new, relatively new-ish Rek'Sai in combat. We did see him once last week, but unfortunately didn't do super well, unfortunately. He's used a lot of unfortunately's there. So we're waiting on the next pick, so we may see a jungler pick to match that. Maybe a support pick also. So there's Lulu, there's Karma. I'm trying to think of what junglers are in meta right now. It's actually going to be a Rakan, who did receive a bug fix in this last patch, which is essentially a buff because it fixed a shielding issue that he was having. Now what is Yogi Bear going to pick up? Very curious to see what they do. If they match the jungler, and that could be a jungler match. It also could be a top lane Gragas. So it's a potential flex pick. So it puts them in a great spot. He does very well both in jungle and top lane. And maybe technically you could put him mid, but less likely than those other two. I don't think I've ever seen a support Gragas, but who knows what's possible. And it's actually going to be a Morgana lockdown. We haven't seen a Morgana here at Reverie in a very long time, so that could possibly be a mid lane Morgana, or maybe a support Morgana looking to take advantage of the Black Shield. Super curious. Assuming that they're on point, it could work out very well in bot lane that use the bindings to lock up Rakan when he tries to dive in. And Wretched King hovering that Xayah. He's going to lock it in, so we do have the Xayah Rakan bot lane. We're now onto our next set of bans. There's a Rumble, another top lane ban. And that is now Cavelli's turn to ban. What you gonna ban, Cavelli? More top laners? Nope, it's gonna be a Lucian. They're gonna take that Lucian away from Bobby Big Plays, who I'm surprised they made it through the last game, because Bobby Big Plays has been playing, as far as I know, Lucian is one of his more played characters. He got to play it. Actually, I'm surprised it was banned because Xayah's already been picked. That's unusual. We're going to see an Orianna ban most likely targeted at Wasori. And there's the LeBlanc ban targeted at Wretched King. The Lucian ban kind of throws me off because it makes me think they were expecting some maybe a duo marksman for maybe top, maybe mid. We've seen it before here at Reverie, and it's worked out quite well in the past. So that is definitely going to be a jungle Gragas. There's the Bobby Big Plays locking in that Shen for Beniona. And now we need a top laner and a mid laner, most likely, for the side of Last Hope. Oh, they're taking their time. There is a Karma, so it's going to be a mid lane Morgana, most likely. Though they could technically flex between the two of them very easily. Karma is a very versatile character, and she did actually receive a slight nerf because of the buff to support items in this last patch. Especially the cup, Athena's. Sorry, I'm pouring myself a drink, don't mind me. And that is going to be a Jace locked in, so that is most likely a top lane Jace. Okay. Very curious. We don't at least usually see a whole lot of top lane Jace. It's very rare. And it looks like everybody is almost where they need to be. We're still waiting on a little bit from Last Hope. I'm curious to see if they keep that configuration, if it's indeed a Karma mid lane and a support Morgana. So it could go either way. They still have 25 seconds. No, I forgot to mention it's going to be Talia being locked in by Wretched King. So he faced Talia last time, and now he's gonna play it himself. And now Bobby Plix faced up against Xayah, and he's gonna play Xayah this time himself. So alrighty. We have 5 seconds. Alrighty, looks like we are all exactly where you want to be. It's going to be Cavelli playing Jace in the top lane, facing off against Beniona's Shen. It's going to be Ehug on the Rex side in the jungle, facing off against the Yogi Bear's Gragas. Wasora going to be playing the Karma, facing off against Wretched King's Talia. And last, but certainly not least, we have the bottom lane with Juichi-san playing Caitlyn, partnering up with Liquid Painless on the Morgana, facing off against Bobby Big Plays on the Xayah. Repronounce that, and Rangito playing the Rakan. And that is going to be it. We've entered our 3-minute delay. We've got 2.5 minutes left. We'll be going to a slight commercial break, and as soon as we're on the Rift, we'll be right back. So do not go anywhere.
Give me reasons to doubt, try to keep me down, but I'll put the flame out, you can't get to me. Throw your sticks and your stones, go break all of my bones, you won't ache my soul, you can't get to me. And there is no barricade that I can tear away. Shoot me down the fire away, but I'm a heavyweight. I'm a heavyweight. I'm a Push me down to the ground. What goes around comes around. You won't put the flame out. You can't get to me. Say what you wanna say. Go take it all away. But I'm here to stay. No, you can't get to me. And there is no barricade
And here we are. We're back onto the rift. It's going to be Kinesis. Reverie facing off against the Last Hope. Last Hope on the blue side, Kinesis on the red side, and they're off. Looks like the Last Hope actually opting to group up and push to this bottom side. Looks like they're going to go straight for any kind of possible ganks. They do have Morgana, so that does mean they do have a ranged binding. So they can easily force a flash if they can catch someone with it. That does mean that Morgana will have a little bit of a weaker lane, but... Oh, they might catch Rangito. Rangito is in that opposite bush. Here comes Liquid Painless. He's going to force him back. I don't know if Rangito saw all of them. He definitely didn't. It's unfortunate that the rest of the team walked away before. They're going to force the dash out of Rangito. He's going to use it to get away, and he's going to go ahead and back. And it looks like Last Hope is going to go ahead and off to spread out. We do see Beniona and Yogi Bear up at that blue buff on Last Hope's side of the map. I don't think they're going to be able to steal it. They're just going to ward it and back off. Looks like both junglers are going to probably start at red buff. We maybe with Yogi Bear maybe starting at Raptors instead. And yes, definitely going to be Raptors. He's going to get a little help from Wretched King. And a good leash going over to E-Hug. Juicy and Liquid doing a bit of damage to it. I think I'm pronouncing that name correctly. Somebody feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. And Wasori and Wretched King now pushing lanes. I'm actually very curious to see what Wasori does with the Karma. We haven't seen a laning Karma in some time. It's always definitely been possible, but usually just go support. Both melee are doing decent chunks of damage to each other there, but actually, despite the level, there's Wasori coming out ahead. And the Morgana support actually has me interested too, because we haven't seen a Morgana support in some time. There is some very good potential use for that Black Shield, negating any CC from Rangito. Juicy is going to dodge out. And out there's the binding, though, landing right onto him. But Liquid also taking a significant amount of damage. And the E-Hug finding Yogi Bear in the jungle. Ooh, he's going to force both flashes. But E-Hug now in trouble because Wretched King. There's also Rangito, but the knockup is going to miss. E-Hug's still in a lot of trouble. He's very close to dead. Here comes Liquid Painless from the side. Juicy flashing over the wall to go after Bobby. There's First Blood going over to Wasori. Oh, Juicy needs one more auto, and it's going to be another kill going to Last Hope. Here comes Cavelli with the flash and the teleport, going to knock back Rangito into the team. That's going to be 4 kills going right over to Last Hope. Last Hope taking a nice, firm lead in this game. Looks like we're going to see a 4-man push onto this bottom turret. They're going to get as much damage into it as possible before backing off. Beniona never using his TP to help out in that bot side. He's still opting to farm. This might be first brick. They're doing a ton of damage to this turret. They still have half a minion wave. Oh, they might just get it. It's going to be close. There's a root onto E-Hug. Knockup is not going to land because of the Black Shield. Now Rangito is in trouble. He's going to get knocked up from his own. There's another kill going over to Cavelli. This is super unfortunate for Kinesis. They're now at a huge disadvantage at the 4-minute mark. That is a 3k gold lead. That is, at this stage of the game, is very significant. We'll have to see if they can make a recovery. We're going to see most likely the bot side rotate to top and Cavelli rotating to the bot. Or they may just all rotate top, try to take that top turret. It's all very possible. We're trying to get these camps up top, trying to get the Krugs. We see Beniona opting to go ahead and back. He's probably going to rotate to bottom. We do see Bobby rotating to top as well. Okay. Oh, Yogi Bear walking right into a gank essentially. Very unfortunate. He is very squishy right now. He did no chance to get out of that. They're trying to find Rangito. Rangito is only level 2, is in huge trouble. There's almost certainly no way he can get out of this alive. And oh my, this is just cruel at this point. Rangito is gonna use the cone to get away. It's gonna be not enough that Westray is gonna get a long range Q and pick him up. This is very unfortunate. Last Tip has firm hold of the reins of this game, and they're not letting go anytime soon. See them opting to really push this turret here. I can't quite see itself, unfortunately, but it's about to go down. There it is. Yep. Look at that vision as well in the top side. Tons of control wards in every bush. Beniona getting beat on by Cavelli, but Cavelli having that serrated Dirk. What is going on? Oh, here comes E-Hug trying to get a gank on a Wretch King. There's the knock-up. Gets a decent amount of damage, but he also gets a ton of damage returned to him. So, very dangerous. I am extremely curious to see if Kinesis can make a recovery, but this seems very unlikely. Yogi, we're going to dodge out the binding, though. That's good for him. He's going to be able to get away. If that binding had landed, he might very well be a goner right now. And we're seeing Last Hope being very aggressive with their wards, trying to get up, trying to get the vision down. There's Yogi Bear getting a lot of damage. There's the Ignite. And it just might be enough. It's super close. He is going to live with barely any health. But that is going to be Wretched King taking a lot of damage in return with the binding. Actually, it's not a binding. It was a, well, technically it kind of was. It was a trap. That is going to be the first dragon of the game going over to Last Hope. They have the reins and they're not letting go. So for 0 deaths, 8 kills. Not insignificant. That is going to be Rangito getting picked up by Wasori. Wasori doing tons of damage with that AP. Here comes Yogi Bear. Yogi has a health boost now, so is working towards that center. Here comes the dive, though. They're trying to pick up Juichi. Juichi is about to go down. There's the first kill going over Beniona. Now Wasori might be in trouble. He's gonna be able to get away just fine, but that is the first kill. Oh no. Well, Yogi Bear trying to get close enough to drive Wasori off, trying to keep Bobby alive. Bobby, unfortunately, getting bound there. Now we see Rangito trying to keep these guys away from the turret, but Cavelli and E-Hug are not going to be deterred. They're quickly going to take the turret. Oh, Wasori has the black shield on, but he might just get away. Ooh, that's going to be a flash from Wasori and from Liquid. Benny needs to try and get close enough to help us with a gank. And Benny also taking a huge chunk of damage from that Q. He has no magic resistance right now, but he's also the only member who hasn't died. Whereas Cavelli working on, not quite sure what he's working on just yet, but something with lethality, probably. English is hard. Oh. Cavelli trying to get some damage onto Rangito. Rangito's still only level 3. Whereas everyone but Liquid Painless is level 6 on the side of Last Hope. And they're going to melt this middle turret. And it's going to be the last outer turret going down. We see them rotating to the top side. We already have Juichi pushing this wave super hard. They're going to get some vision down. That damage from Wasori is no joke. Just the initial part of that Q is enough to almost have Rangito's health. Ooh, good taunt by Benyon at max range, but Juichi is going to walk away. And that is going to be most likely Benyon going down. Oh, he's so low. See Rangito trying to get in the back line. That is going to be a shutdown onto Wasori. Wasori going down is huge. Liquid Pain is also going to go down. And now here comes Cavelli, but the exhaust goes onto him. If Juichi's not careful, he could get dived on here, but we don't see too many ways for Yogi Bear to dive in on top of him. But that's huge for Last Hope. Or sorry, not Last Hope, but for Kinesis. They needed something. And being able to pick up Wasori nice and early in that fight was enormous. And that is going to be the Rift Herald going over to Last Hope. They're no joke. They may have lost that fight, but they're quickly taking advantage of that and just working towards any side objectives they can get a hold of. And grabbing a hold of the Rift Herald is going to be very useful for pushing. Especially at the rate that they're keeping this gold lead, which is now 6k at 10 minutes. So we're trying to push these waves up. He's able to do it quite quickly with that AoE. Rotating to mid. There is a ping on the top side. See Bobby and Rangito pushing their way up there. Oh no, E-Hugs could be in a lot of trouble. Oh, he's going to be forced to flash. Does not get any kind of knockups. There's the Black Shield helping to keep alive. There is the binding as well onto Yogi Bear. Oh, good flash by Rangito. That is going to be E-Hug going down, getting picked up by Wretched King. Yogi Bear also using the ultimate to make sure that he would die. Despite the massive disadvantage, Kinesis is not giving up. They are getting every kill they can. They're still at a huge disadvantage, but they're not out yet. Nope. Cavelli is seeing the danger here, so he's going to opt to back off. Bobby getting some decent damage onto Cavelli, but Cavelli is still a huge threat. He has that Ghost Blade. Rangita getting a headshot there. Nice big chunk of damage from stepping on that trap. He's going to be forced to use the entrance away. I see Juichi, Wasori, and Liquid working on this turret. And there it goes. That is the second to last middle turret. We now just have the top turret left for tier 2. And it looks like we're going to see a full rotation to that side. There's plenty of vision. And they're might just catch out Yogi Bear. There's the Rangito over the wall. There's the flash forward by Yogi Bear. Wasori might be going down here. There's the taunt. 2-man by Beniona. Beniona, huge taunt. Now it's going to be Juichi trying to take out Wretched King. There it is. And Wretched King trying to Yogi Bear over the wall with the dash. Liquid Penguin's trying to get the binding onto Beniona, and he doesn't manage to get it. Oh, where is Cavelli with the snipe over the wall? Gonna pick up Yogi Bear. That is a 3 for 2. Going in favor of Last Hope. So valiant effort by Kinesis. Seriously huge. But unfortunately there's not a lot they can do here. It's only Rangito and Bobby left. Here comes the Rift Herald. Gonna take out this middle turret. Most likely. It is getting focused by the turret, but there's no way. You see Last Hope is going to go force back. Is it going to be enough to take out the turret? It's super close. It's not. The turret stands, but with barely any health. But Last Hope opting to not play greedy. Keeping it low is enough for now, I guess, but if they don't hit it again soon, it will regenerate eventually to full health, but it does take a significant chunk of time to do that. Ooh, Wasori trying to get some action onto Wretched King's blue, but it is going to get taken. There's the Grand Entrance away, trying to keep the distance. And Yogi Bear going to use his own ultimate to push the team of Last Hope back away from his support. But we're seeing a ping on the dragon. It's an Ocean Drake. It'll give some decent regeneration to Last Hope. Sorry, trying to just push these waves up. There is no turret here except for the inhibitor turret, but keeping the pressure up is a good thing. There is no Baron for 5 minutes, but Last Hope in decent position to take it as soon as it spawns, if they can get some kills right before then. see Last Hope trying to group up. Cavelli's on his way. They're wanting this mid turret. Is so close to dead. Here comes the Weaver's Wall, though. That is going to lock out Wasori from his team, and they're going to just walk away through the jungle. No follow-up by the Weaver's Wall. See, Wretch King trying to... Oh, here they come, though. Last Hope just going right for the turret. There it is. It is dead. Here comes Yogi Bear from the side, looking for some kind of opportunity, but there is going to be not much. Last Hope is just going to quickly rotate away, stay safe. They're not interested in a fight here. Here comes Yogi Bear with a double knock up into the wall. He gets a slow onto Chuichi. He's going right for it. He's going to knock him, get knocked into the landmines by Wretched King. He's going to quickly go down. Yogi Bear trying to stay safe. Here is Rangito over the wall with the knockup. Does get it onto E-Hug. E-Hug trying to run away. Here's Cavelli looking for some kills. He's going to quickly pick up Yogi Bear and Rangito, working on Beniona. Beniona is most likely going to go down. The Q does not land. The binding also does not land, but Beniona can't keep his distance because of the speed boost, and is going to go down. That is a 3-for-1. Valiant attempt. Super valiant attempt by Kinesis, but it's just not enough. Last Hope is going to take that fight, and they're going to be able to take these top turret very easily. Last Hope definitely needs to continue to look for fights, but unfortunately, that was just not the one. They did manage to pick up a kill, but it just, they think they chased up maybe a little bit too hard, and it just did not work out. Very unfortunate. Ooh, excuse me. Sure, gonna take that buff for himself. 17 minutes into the game, there is a just about a 10k gold lead. It's super close. The inhibitor is still active, but I imagine that Last Hope wants to take it down. That'll allow taking a Baron much easier, or any other objective much easier, especially this early into the game. Finding is going to miss out on Wretch King. There's a flash forward by Rangito. Here comes Yogi Bear from the side. There's a 3-man knockup. That is going to be big plays. Picking up Wasori. Wasori going down is huge. It is going to be E-Hug trying to run away. Juichi trying to keep his kiting distance on Beniona. Beniona is going to go down to Cavelli. Cavelli is godlike. Moving forward from the kills. It is now 1-for-1. Rangito almost going down. And that looks like Last Hope is going to be able to take this inhibitor. But there's the Weaver's Wall locking out Cavelli and Juichi, but they are ranged. They are going to be able to get away. Here comes Yogi Bear from the side. That is going to be Wretched King picking up E-Hug, but it's also Yogi Bear going down to Cavelli again. So Cavelli is now legendary. And they're going to take out the inhibitor and keep pushing forward. Oh, Rangito going to try to knock up Cavelli, but Cavelli is going to flash out of it, and then it's going to be Juichi picking up another kill. See Bobby trying to get, there's the snare onto Juichi, but Juichi is going to land a Pillar Peacemaker onto Bobby, and they're going to retreat. So, super aggressive plays. Despite the disadvantage, super aggressive plays by Kinesis, but it just isn't enough, unfortunately. Cavelli is too powerful. He's a monster right now, working on that Black Cleaver. Most likely going to buy it when he gets back, because he's now legendary. Taking out Wasori immediately was huge for them, though, but he's not the only damage threat. Juichi, despite the 3-3 scoreline, is still very dangerous. He's 3-3-7, not 3-3-0. But Cavelli is the huge monster here. 8-0-4, has the Ghost Blade, has the Black Cleaver, is only going to get more dangerous. He was ready, just looking to clear out some vision. Baron is active in 30 seconds. Dragon is active in 1 minute. Oh, and that is going to be Yogi Bear walking right into a binding. He's quickly going to get eaten alive. What a decent pick for Last Hope. See Last Hope trying to keep their vision advantage. They're looking to maybe steal Rev up, but Baron is active. Yogi Bear is not alive for 10 seconds. He is taking a lot of damage. He is fairly squishy right now. He only has a Maw as any kind of defensive item. He has very little health. There is Rangito flashing over the wall with the Grand Entrance, looking to do anything. There's a 2-man taunt by Beniona. That is going to be Liquid Painless going down in favor of Beniona. Benny also going down, but Rangito also is going to get eaten alive by Wasori. Wretched King taking a ton of damage. There's a flash forward by Juichi, going to finish him off. Now, Bobby is in huge trouble. Here comes Yogi, though. He's going to use his ultimate to push 2 members back, and it looks like he's going to keep his distance. Bobby trying to do something here, but unfortunately, Ehug is going to use his ultimate to get a decent chunk push forward, and it is going to be a 4-for-1 with only Yogi Bear surviving and only Liquid Painless dying on the side of Last Hope. And with that is an inhibitor turret. Sorry, next turret, the second next turret also going to. Here comes Yogi. They're trying to stop this to get the knock up onto Cavelli. Cavelli is almost dead. He's so close. It is going to be a shutdown going to Wretched King. But for that, it is going to be Beniona going down to Wasori, who's also a huge threat. Yogi could be in trouble. Barely not dying to the head, to the ultimate. But Ehug working on this bottom inhibitor, trying to get it down. But Bobby is here to attempt to stop him. But who has the advantage is most likely Juichi. Juichi doing quite well from 5-3 and 11, whereas Bobby's only 1-3 and 7. And with that, that's another inhibitor going down at the 22-minute mark. So that is a Dragon Live, Baron Live, and we do have 2 top turrets left on the side of Kinesis. And only 1 Nexus turret. They did manage to take out 1 of the Nexus turrets. So very well played by Last Hope. They're currently in an enormous advantage here. 12k at the 22-minute mark is not insignificant by any margin. Well, maybe some margins, but not this one. That is for sure.
Never falter.
Looks like we're gonna take the blue buff for himself, and it looks like. What are they doing? They're just trying to push forward into the enemy base. They're wanting to end this, maybe.
Never falter.
Wasori keeping the vision control up and trying to join his team here. We do see Beniona trying to rotate back to the mid here from the bot. And a Wretched King unfortunately not to get any kind of knock. There's a 4-man knockup by Rangito. Here comes Juichi trying to kite. Wasori is trying to kite as well. He's almost going down. That is going to be double kill going to Wretched King onto Ehug and onto Cavelli. Cavelli going down is enormous. Juichi about half health. Wasori also about half health. Trying to see Yogi Bear, trying to get the knock up there. Wretched King trying to also get some damage. The shield is going to keep alive. There's a knockup by Rangito. It's going to be Liquid Painless most likely going down. He's very low, and he's going to get picked up very easily. Bobby trying to kite away from Juichi. Juichi in a stuck between a rock and a hard place. He's trying to pick up Wretched King. Wretched King is going to get away, but that is going to be a kill going over to Juichi on a Bobby. Wasori trying to get something, but he gets flashed. No, he didn't get flashed on. He just got taunted and flashed body slammed by Yogi. So that was almost an ace going over to the side of Kinesis. Kinesis is responding amazingly well. Unfortunately, they lost the advantage in the early game. But despite that, they're holding on for dear life here, doing an excellent job picking up whatever fights they can. They won that fight pretty decisively. So Kinesis may have won that fight, but they're still at a massive disadvantage in terms of objectives. The next dragon is live. It is another ocean. Sorry, no, it's an air drake this time. Cloud Drake. And not interested in the barrel. It's going to be Liquid Painless taking a little bit of damage from Wretched King, but not enormous. Now we do see. Oh, do see Last Hope grouping up in this mid lane. They want that inhibitor, it looks like. I can't tell if it's up or not. It looks like it. They're just gonna keep grouped up. They're gonna try and pressure this turret. I don't think it's a turret actually. Ooh, binding not quite landing. Ooh, Bobby taking a big chunk from the Q from Cavelli. Oh, there's gonna be a nice little CC chain onto Beniona, but he is quite durable, but he's taking enormous amounts of damage. He's gonna be forced to back off. He has no choice but to heal, but he does almost have his ultimate. And we're gonna see Cavelli diving in with the help of Juichi. They're easily gonna pick up Rankito, but Bobby trying to keep his distance away from E-Hug. E-Hug is gonna not melt. He's gonna stay alive, barely. And Bobby is gonna end up going down to Wasori. Wasori doing big damage. Yogi Bear trying to get from the side, trying to do something here. Beniota is gonna melt, and that is gonna be Juichi finishing off the Nexus. Well played to Last Hope. Well played. To Kinesis Genesis. To Kinesis Green, they did quite well from themselves. They picked up tons of kills despite the huge disadvantage. It's just unfortunate that for you guys that Last Hope did amazing. They managed to maintain an early lead and they kept it throughout the entire game despite some lost team fights. So on that note, we are going to be moving on to most likely the finals. I don't quite know where we are in the bracket. Give me a moment to reload it. See where we are. And maybe, just maybe, we can jump right into the next match. And it looks like it's still going. If I remember right, I believe I know somebody from Combat Gaming Esports to see if I can spectate off of them. I believe I can. I cannot spectate. They did not make it open to spectators, unfortunately. Okay, then. So we are going to have to wait, I believe, unless somebody has somebody they can spectate off of. It's not a big deal. I'll take this opportunity to go to the bathroom. And with that, we'll be right back, folks. As soon as we're ready for the finals, we'll be ready for it. So do not go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back.
Am I sane for walking out on us? Oh, or am I losing touch? Too many games, now all our chips are lost. Oh, luck was not enough. I open my eyes. Tonight I feel like waking to life. Tonight I feel like waking up. Can see the sunrise in front of us. As our life unfolds, some stories told we stand alone. Shadows that make the innocence. suffocating. I'm waiting and always hesitating. Kryptonite desires set my heart afire. Heart on fire. Set my heart afire. With crimson secrets and forbidden bliss, can't stay still, don't stop that thrill. My bones crave your skin, temptation within, mistakes ignite the
I can't believe the nightly waste all we'd given. But honestly, you've gotta know that this ain't living. But we could run from Elysium and let it burn, let it burn. You've gotta know that nothing lasts forever. I can't believe myself. I never thought that this would be our end, but it's nothing new. And my lover's honesty, I can push it back down if I have to. If you want me to, 'cause we can run. And we can run. 'Cause stars they fall all for you. So tell me now, what's left to lose if we run? Forever. Day has passed like a hurricane to my heart, too far away. See the lights on the other side. I'm going
And we are ready for our last match of the evening. Due to circumstances, Last Hope has opted to forfeit the finals for the evening, so that it means they are going to take second place, and Combat Gaming Esports will take first place. So instead, we will be streaming the third and fourth place match between Kinesis Green and Ever Esports. Kinesis on the blue side and Ever on the red side, and we already have some bans right off the bat with a Kennen excuse me, an Elise, a Rakan, and now we're waiting on the next ban. It's going to be a Fiora. Now, I've seen Ever a few times in the past, but not as frequently as some teams. I do believe I recognize Vile, and we are going to be seeing, of course we are very familiar with Kinesis, especially Bobby and Rangito. They have been here several times in the past. And that is going to be a Gragas ban, and we need one more ban, and then we'll see some picks. And that is a Zac. Awesome. And now we're on to the picks. So the Zac ban does not surprise me at all. He did get nerfed a little bit in this last patch, but it wasn't a huge nerf or anything. It wasn't significant at all. Just a little bit of damage nerf. Maybe it's more significant than I'm giving credit for, but it's, from what I read, it wasn't huge. We have Ivern, who also got a minor nerf. And it is going to be, they're hovering on the Kled. I have 10 seconds to lock it in. We do have, it is an Ivern lock-in for, most likely, obviously for jungle. It just makes the most sense. And he did receive a minor nerf, but some of the items he uses did get buffed, so that does make sense. And it is going to be Kled for sure locked in for top lane most likely, and a Karma most likely going to support. Though we did see a Karma in the mid lane last game who did amazingly well, doing tons of damage. Oh my. And it's going to be the Tahm Kench locked in extremely quickly. No time, just picking it and going. I haven't seen a Tahm Kench, I'm assuming it's a Tahm Kench support lane, in some time. And we are seeing Bobby most likely going to be taking that Caitlyn. So no Lucian this time. And now we're waiting on Eversalt to pick up the last pick. And then we'll see 4 more bans. They might match the 80 carry. And that is indeed what they're going to do. They're going to match it with a Twitch, who we've seen being banned a couple of times. And now we need 4 more bans. I'm very curious to see what gets banned out. I do like how they've done this ban system. It's way more interesting than just banning everything right off the bat. And looking at an Orianna ban, it's true we don't see much in the way of mid laners just yet for Wretched King. He did play Orianna in one of the matches, so it does make sense. Might see a Taliyah ban in that case as well to round that out. I've seen him play the Taliyah as well, forcing on to something different. So to just everyone know, this is a best of 1. Our Rift Cup qualifiers are all best of 1s, with the best of 3s going into our monthly tournament at the end of the month, where the teams that have done the best in our qualifiers get to compete for actual prizes. What are you guys up to? We need one more ban. It's a Kha'Zix. And Hood Jigsaw, one more ban. But taking their time, it is going to be a Syndra instead. I was thinking maybe the Taliyah, because we did see Rich King play the Taliyah, but it's going to be Syndra. Perfectly reasonable, all things considered, because Syndra is quite powerful. And there's a chance that he plays Orianna and Syndra. There's a good, or Orianna and Taliyah, there's a good chance he plays Syndra as well. So Syndra makes sense. And Bloom's gonna hover on the Nunu. We did see a Nunu versus Ivern match earlier today, but looks like we might just be seeing it again. It is indeed gonna be locked in. So it is indeed a jungle Nunu. I don't think we'll be seeing any cheesy top lane Nunu nonsense. But that does mean, because that is also, that means Kled would have to go somewhere else. But that's we need a, most likely a mid laner. They're saving it for this last pick for the side of Ever. And for Kinesis, we need, let's see, we need, oh, it's not going to be a support Tahm Kench. It's going to be a top lane Tahm Kench. Okay. And now we need a mid laner. Unless that's a mid lane Caitlyn, which, not likely. Let's be honest. It's just not something you see very frequently. Maybe they'll surprise me though. Wretched King may be the world's best Caitlyn player for all I know. Got 9 seconds to pick. And it's going to be a Cassiopeia. Probably. Might be a Talia, could switch at the last second. It is going to be a Talia. Switching at the last second indeed. So, Wretched King going to do making a return to the Talia. Did done quite well for himself in the past. And for Marlins, we need that last mid lane pick. And it might just be a Malzahar, who received a couple of changes in this last patch. And it's going to be locked in. I believe this is our lineup. The Tom Kench top is a little surprising, but looking forward to it. I haven't seen a Tom Kench top in some time. Very curious to see what they do with it. So in the top lane, we got Beniana on the Tom Kench facing off against Hood Jigsaw on the Kled. In the jungle, it's going to be a matchup between Yogi Bear on the Ivern and Vile. I believe that's Vile. Looks like a capital L. Or no, lowercase L. Or that straight line icon above the enter key on the keyboard. I can't quite tell. But it's going to be Vile on the Nunu. In the mid lane, it's going to be Wretched King on Talia, Eversalt on Malzahar. And in the bottom lane, of course, last but not certainly least, it's going to be Bobby Big Plays on the Caitlyn, partnering up with Rangito's Braum, and they'll be taking on Looms' Twitch and Marline's Karma. Oh, it's a lowercase L. So, I'm just going to call him Vile. I'm assuming he had to use the extra L because the I was already taken, I'm assuming. That's a reasonable assumption. So on that note, we have entered our 3-minute delay. We'll be taking a small, tiny commercial break, and as soon as we're on the Rift, we'll be right back. So do not go anywhere, folks. And here we are onto the Rift, the last match of the evening, the fourth place match. It's going to be Kinesis Green facing off against Ever Esports on the red side. And it is the best Nunu skin with the annoying laugh. So both teams going right at it, looking like they want to do a 4-man line of scrimmage, though Kinesis opting to stick together on this top side, get 4-man, maybe wanting to see if they can catch Vile going for some kind of ward, maybe? Hard to tell at this stage.
We'll both find out what I'm made of.
Currently, he's just chilling by the Raptor camp. Oh, they're actually going for an invasion here. Gonna get spotted out though, most likely. Yeah. Gonna force them back a little bit. They do get some vision down. Maybe wanting to stop any invasions, because this is a Nunu, and Nunus are not fun to play against. Oh, hello. Ever gonna be in trouble. Salt's gonna have to flash. That is not insignificant, especially right off the bat. Salt's not expecting them to walk right into that bush at him. So, successful opening right off the bat, getting that flash. Oh no, Marlins could be in trouble. He is slowed, but looks like he's gonna get away without any problems. Alrighty, good for him. Doesn't have to force his own flash. And it looks like both junglers are gonna be starting. Where is he? Okay, they're both gonna be starting at their buffs, but Yogi taking his time. He's you root for whoever you want to. Bobby taking some damage from Marlins. Marlins being really aggressive, pushing forward, getting that poke in. So he is gonna might just get stunned up here. There it is. He could go this Gooey first blow. There's the heal, keeping him alive, but $1 auto is gonna do the trick. Bobby picking up first blood. Very unfortunate for Marlins. And now Looms could be in trouble. Gonna take a decent chunk of damage himself. Using the heal, trying to keep his support alive, but it just wasn't enough. That is gonna be Kinesis taking the lead. Good bit of damage onto Salt by Wretched King. Really curious to see what Beniona does with the Tom Kent. It's a bit different from what we've seen him play in the past. Ooh, Loom's just taking more damage, walking right into a trap.
Delicious.
It's been a while since we've seen a bronze sport now I'm thinking about it. Maybe seeing Vile go for a gank. No, he's just looking to steal jungle camps. And it's just gonna be Yogi walking up and eating. Hello, he's gonna use the cone to get over the wall to Beniona, but Beniona is gonna get some damage onto him. Oh, flashing for it. That's actually really aggressive. Vile's gonna respond with a flash of his own. I'm actually surprised that Benny went for that. That was really surprising. It does mean he has no flash in the top lane though, but it is Tom Kent, so he is quite durable. Oh, Bobby trying to get some damage on the Looms, but Marlon's also getting some damage down of his own. He may have given first blood, but he still does really good damage. But Looms eating a Piltover Peacemaker, even if it went through some minions first. Beniona getting stacks up onto Jigsaw there. Wretched King getting some space aids. The Jigsaw. I'm gonna dash away from Benny. Benny is quite durable, so there's not a whole lot of damage that's gonna be done to him. Probably gonna stack a lot of health. And Bloom's also getting some stacks on. There's the exhaust. It's going to be Marlins getting stunned up, taking a lot of damage from Bobby. He is going to be going down. And now Looms is in trouble. He's going to be forced to flash. Branquito trying to get one more auto. But unfortunately, there's not going to be enough. And here comes Vile. But it looks like Yogi is here to save the day. So that is going to be another kill going over to Bobby. It's not insignificant. File just not quite in position to really help out there. Let's see, how are we doing in top here? Benny's getting pushed in, but there's enough minions here for him to basically somewhat catch up here in CS. Looks like he's gonna get all the creep into the turret almost. Pretty close. In the mid lane, Wretched has a slight CS lead, but it's not enormous or anything. Now Benny's being real aggressive with his just walking up on auto attack and getting those stacks up, looking for an opportunity to eat Jigsaw. Getting a tether on, trying to get some slow. What is going to be your first item, Benny? Is it going to be Sunfire? Is it going to be Warmogs? Probably not Warmogs. Maybe Sunfire. I could see the Sunfire. Give it some pushing power. Maybe Titanic Hydra. There's some synergy there because you do want to auto attack. Jigsaw's just trying to farm at a distance now. He knows that it's dangerous. So he has flash. Benny doesn't. Where are we at the bottom? Despite the kill difference, Loops is keeping up just fine in CS. To be fair, it's not him that's been dying, it's been Marlins. Marlins unfortunately getting stunned up by Rankido. Maybe it's been a while since he faced a Braum mid lane. Ignore that. And Benyon is going to take this opportunity back, and he's indeed working on a Sunfire. He has purchased the Bambi Center that's going to help him push waves up a bit. And there are some pings going down. We're looking at a possible gank by Yogi Bear. He does have the root. Called up by any kind of CC. There's the Weaver's Wall. Looms is in trouble. He does not have flash. There's no way he can get out of this. The shields from Marlins are not going to be enough, and that is another kill going to Bobby. Bobby is going to be a massive powerhouse at this rate. And it is going to give him a CS lead, and there might be a dragon attempt here. It is an Infernal Drake, so it is something that both teams are going to want. Yogi going to help push this wave, but he might just get snared. No, he's going to be able to break that chain. It might be first brick. Salt is here to help, but it might be too little too late. Here comes Benny, actually teleporting in. No, he's going to use his ultimate to get behind them. He is going to get CC locked by Salt, but Salt is going to go down to Bobby, but Benny trying to get this distance. He is going to end up going down to Marlins, and now it's going to be Jigsaw picking up Rankido. Bobby, though, being real aggressive, trying to get distance, trying to get onto Jigsaw. Jigsaw almost go down, but Vile forced to flash away. Limbs is back in lane, though, trying to do some damage, but Bobby is having none of it. He is also doing damage. That is going to be first brick going over to Bobby. And that Bobby's now 4-0, 47 CS. And gonna looking to buy some nice big items here. Doing quite well for himself. Yogi gonna clear out the vision around the dragon. Dragon is gonna be something they want to contest for it. It is an Infernal Drake.
Delicious.
And it's gonna be a Zeal, so going for that crit build, gonna get the Infinity, probably gonna static Shiv. Ever getting one of those, Salt's getting one of those wards, but there's still plenty of vision from Kinesis. Now Looms is in trouble. He is getting surrounded. There's absolutely no way for him to get away, and this is most likely going to be a Baron. That is another kill going over to Bobby. With that, we see pings on that Infernal Drake. We see Yogi starting it without Looms. There's no way to contest this. They can try, but most likely someone will die. We see Viola on the way down. And the fact that it's going to be an Infernal Drake, definitely going over to Kinesis. Just no way. Here comes Benioni using a little bit to get up to the top turret, defending it. Jigsaw has that team out, so it is going to help a little bit with his wave clear. So, also working on the pieces for his Black Cleaver. So he has the team out, so he is going to want to finish that Black Cleaver first, which will help him a little bit with his damage output. Marlon is though taking a big chunk of damage from Wretched King, despite the combo not landing. And Beniona taking a lot of damage, but looks like he's going to get away. He walks just outside the opposite zero before it goes off, so unfortunately, there's not enough speed there from Vile. You see Ratchet and Rangido have rotated top. They're ready to push this wave in. See, Bobby is in the mid lane pushing now. He is at 72 CS and 4-0, doing quite well. But Salt has got him fairly well, just with some a little bit of DPS, or sorry, damage over time damage. Benny gonna break this chain. And Looms is working on this bottom turret. He might just get it, though he is damaging it very slowly. Going for that Black Cleaver. Sorry, not Black Cleaver. Blade of the Ruin King. Not Black Cleaver, sorry, don't listen to me on that. A little tired. He's not gonna be able to get it because Wretched King has rotated to bot side to push this way back out. And Yogi and Rangido looking to control, probably even dive this turret. It could be trouble. Marlins and Jigsaw are going to get knocked out by the Braum. There is another knockout by Daisy. Here comes the teleport from Salt. He's going to get an ult onto Beniona, but Beniona is going to live. There's the shield. He's going to keep himself alive. So a dive, but no kills. Yogi Bear almost going down. Sorry, not Yogi Bear, but Beniona. They did manage to break to get Hook Jigsaw off of Scarl, so Scarl is away. It's like going to be a little bit weaker. Jigsaw could be in a lot of trouble. He is going to be forced to flash. There's a flash forward by Rangido though. And Scarl is there just in time to save the day. If he hadn't gotten Scarl, he definitely would have just died.
No escape.
Oh, Loom's still trying to get that Blade of the King. He has the Cutlass, and that's going to help a lot. Here comes Jigsaw with the teleport, trying to keep his turret up. He has the Phage now, that's going to help a lot. Give him some additional movement speed and work towards that Black Cleaver. Excuse me. Now we see Limbs trying to continue to push this bottom turret up. He is very behind right now. He does not have 5 kills. He is 0-2-0 in comparison to Bobby's 5-0-0. Though the CS is relatively even, all things considered. Oh, here comes Benny. He's gonna force the enemy team back. Will allow them to push this turret with no contest. With the mini wave and 5 members, they're easily going to take this. That looks like the Looms is going to be able to take the bottom turret, no problem. And we might just see Kinesis go for this Rift Herald. They're indeed going to do it. There is vision there. They do know it's happening, but looks like Yogi is going to get a wardable wall. They have plenty of vision, so they know if somebody's going to show up. Rangido gonna get silenced by itself a little bit, but nothing major. And with that, that is gonna be Yogi picking up. Sorry, it's gonna be Yogi picking up the Rift Herald. They're gonna use it for one of their pushes. But while this has been happening, Looms has been making very strong progress, pushing just turrets. He might just get that bottom one. Looms is in trouble. He's being chased down by Wretched King. Wretched King popping the ghost to keep up, but here comes Vile to save the day. Oh, Jigsaw going for the dive onto Benny. Benny is very tanky though. Could it be enough? He's gonna get the stun onto Hook Jigsaw. Hook Jigsaw's gonna be forced to run away. Though unfortunately he's been forced in the wrong direction. This could go either way. Benny needs some assistance. I don't know if anyone can make it to him in time before Benny can get out. Benny managed to barely miss the tongue. Jigsaw is going to get out with life, just barely. A good dive attempt, but just not quite enough. Jigsaw has that black liver now, that should help a lot. And Salt's going to get donated a blue buff. And Benny could be in trouble. Here comes Looms. There's no way for him to get out of this. He's gonna try to eat him, but just not quite enough. Not quite enough fast enough attack speed to get that done. So that is gonna be Looms' first kill, and that's gonna be third kill for Reverie Esports. The goal is actually incredibly even, despite the difference in kills. I'm guessing CS makes up for that because we see Jigsaw is a huge number of CS ahead of Beniona, about 50 CS ahead. Bio has a slight CS lead in the jungle, though it is the jungle, so it's a little deceptive. That's going to be the second dragon of the game, going over Kinesis, but they're going to pay for it probably with this turret, but here comes Beniona, going to try and get some kind of CC on someone, but he is getting slowed himself. They just get cut out if they continue to chase the Rangito, looking like he's interested. He's going to get in cover before Wow can get a little bit of damage on him. Excuse me, I'm yawning a little bit. Rangito and the rest of Kinesis slowly trying to get this turret down. They're whittling it down. There's the Rift Herald, but the Rift Herald, they're easily going to kill that turret. But the Rift Herald is gonna melt.
Hello!
Oh my. It looks like they Ever wants to push down this mid turret. It's almost dead. So very close. They're actually doing quite well on turrets. They're keeping up. They've taken down all of the outer turrets except that mid one, as well as a tier 2 bottom turret. So that opens up any kind of potential silliness in the bot lane, especially once the Baron spawns, which is not going to be admittedly for another 2.5 minutes. Well, 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Close enough, same thing.
Delicious.
Delicious. Yeah. Caffeine, need it. And Looms finally has that Blade of the Ring King finish. It looks like he wants those Berserker Greaves, maybe? You see what he buys on this back here. Yep, there it is. And now he has the Zeal as well, so he is still behind, but he is doing his best to keep up. He's actually ahead in CS, barely. But Bobby, with those kills, has the Infinity Edge and the Static Shiv. Not insignificant. This has turned into a very slow game since those initial kills. Marlins getting some damage on a Wretched King. Wretched King trying to get any kind of poke here, any kind of picks that he can.
Tag, you're it.
Ooh, Loom's gonna get caught out. There's the Weaver's Wall. He's gonna be forced to run the other direction. There is the knockup and the stun by Rangito. He's not gonna get away. There's the Blade Ring King passive, gonna keep him up. He is gonna live barely. Here comes Salt from the side. There's the absolute zero. Rangito with a block though. Loom's just trying to do any kind of damage he can. There's gonna be Daisy going down. The Wretched King could die here. It is gonna die to Salt. And now they're gonna try and chase down Bobby. And it's gonna be also Rangito going down to Loom. And there's gonna be Vile picking up, sorry, that was crazy. Vile also managing to pick up Bobby picking up 2, I believe. It's gonna be Kona over the wall. Yogi Bear could be in trouble. There's gonna be a root onto Looms, but with the slows from Vile, this don't think Yogi can get away here. No, and lose vision. He's actually gonna get away with a flash. And very well played. That was insane. And with that, we have even kills, even the slight gold lead over to Reverie Esports. That was a very good fight for them. They came out slightly ahead. Managed to even out the kill score, which is good for them. Hood Jigsaw gonna happily steal away some camps. Baron is live, but Dragon is not just yet. We're seeing the price of Vile roaming around a bit. He is now 80 something CS behind Hood Jigsaw. He desperately needs to farm some. Really needs that Sunfire Cape. Vile gonna donate that blue buff over to Salt. Salt Dude's gonna make very good use of it. And Bobby had his first death there, though now he is 7-1-0, so he's even more dangerous. I imagine that is either a Phantom Dancer or a Ruined Hurricane. Probably Phantom Dancer, since they've nerfed the synergy between headshots and Ruined Hurricane. And a little snowball gift from Vile over to Rankito, but Rankito is quite durable. Gonna be no problem for him to take a little snowball. He's quite healthy now. He has the Toronto, so that's definitely working on that Titanic Hydra. Wants to push this top lane, but it is still very, very dangerous.
Delicious.
And they're gonna try and keep their vision up around this area. No damage quite landing yet. Vile trying to be very aggressive. There is a trap right in the edge of that bush. Banyona has the Sunfire now, so he is a little bit tankier. Dragon is going to be up in 5 seconds. And with that, there's going to be a Dragon started. But here comes Scarl trying to go for Bobby. Bobby could be alive, but there's the absolute zero there. Just going to dive right on him. His redemption is going to keep him alive, but he is going to go down very quickly. Hood Jigsaw picking up the kill. Now it looks like it's going to be Wretched King going down next. He's going to get locked up by Salt's ultimate. And we see Looms also going down to, looks like, Banyona and Rangito, but it is now 2v4. All but only Looms going down in that fight, and Banyona is going to get locked up by CZ, and Rangito is going to escape with his life. Rangito has nothing. He has no ways to get out of that. He only has durability, and with that, that is going to be a 4-for-1 going over in the favor of Ever. And with the Dragons alive, that is going to be their first Dragon in this game. They'll take everything they can get, I imagine. We're going to see all of them back. Good for them. They managed to win a fight there. They did really well for themselves. Only Looms going down. Poor Bobby getting just dived on by both Vile and Hood Jigsaw. No way for him to get out of that. There's plenty of heals to try and keep him alive and shields, but unfortunately it just wasn't enough. Sorry, yawning a little bit. And that is Titanic Hunter finished on Hood Jigsaw. Very good for him. Very curious to see what Banyona is going to build out of the Drum's Fist. Maybe Titanic Hydra also? Hard to tell at this stage. Would make him a split pushing monster though. Or wait for the monster, I should say. Maybe not split pushing. And here comes the Weaver's Roll. Looks like Vile could be in trouble, but he is just gonna use his own movement speed boost to walk away. He's quite durable. There's the flash over the Weaver's Wall to say hi. Say bye even. Good use of the Weaver's Wall though, forcing a single flash is still pretty much worth it. Cooldowns are pretty close to the same. Make sure that live flash is very cool. Oh no! Assault's getting a full ultimate onto Yogi Bear, who had no chance to get away. But while this is happening, Hood Jigsaw is in the bot lane trying to do damage to this bottom turret, actually getting it down to about half. And with that, we see Ever trying to take this Baron. It could go down. It's going to be hard to say. Can't quite see itself from here. Oh, but here comes Bobby getting exhausted right away, but he does manage to pick up Marlins. And with that, we do see Jigsaw picking up 2 kills for himself. Actually, the second one going to Looms. Bobby forced to flash that hook.
Precision.
Baron is melting. There's not a lot. Oh, that's a kill getting picked up by Bobby. That's gonna be Salt going down. I was gonna say there's not much Kinesis can do, but it looks like I've been proven wrong. And here comes Hood Jigsaw getting dived on by diving Bobby. Bobby gonna trade a kill with Looms, but it looks like Hood Jigsaw just might get away. It's hard to tell. Scarl makes things a lot more difficult. But then it's going to be Beniona managing to take away Scarl. If he lands a lash here, he might just... There it is. He just needs one more auto, and then it's going to be Hoodchuck going down to Beniona. And it's going to be Wretched King picking up a kill for himself. That's going to be an ace. It looks like Kinesis is not out of this yet. He managed to even things out very well. Oh, here comes Weaver's Wall, but it doesn't look like it's going to catch anyone significant. It's just going to be Assault who's going to walk away. Baron is live now. We do see Vile looking to get some vision around it. And the rest of Kinesis is going to take this opportunity to back. Try to get more items that they need, I imagine.
Maybe I'm here to teach you.
I see Vile just doing new things, clearing out vision. The gold lead is only 2k at 27 minutes, so that's not huge. Just a slight one. And that is encouraging, I imagine, for Kinesis. They've been doing quite well in the play and sketch departments. Sorry, I was thinking something else there. Sorry, I'm exhausted. And Bobby going for red buff. That is, he's all picking up the blue buff. We have Dragon live in a minute and a half. This is the fourth place match. Finals and the semis are over. We did see finals ended because of a forfeit, but we have this opportunity to look at the third and fourth place match. Good stun onto Marlins, but Marlins is going to be able to get away with the shields boost. And here comes Hoodlums going after Benny, but honestly I have no idea who will win this fight. Probably Jigsaw. He does have the Black Cleaver and he does have the Titanic Hydra, whereas Benny only has a Tiamat and a Sunfire. But both of them are there to stop any kind of teleporting nonsense. No one will be getting teleports while either of them are active. How are we doing? Both the teams, despite the large amount of kills, it still feels very slow. Both teams taking their time and only picking up kills they know they can get. Salt could be in trouble though. He's getting slowed by the red buff. There is Rangita with the flash forward. Gonna try and do. There's the ultimate onto Salt, but Salt looks like he's getting get away. There's the stun, and there's a shield by Marlins. Yogi Bear getting locked up by Salt, but Salt is gonna barely get away. And it's gonna be Salt going down. Now Lounge might just be out. There is the Absolute Zero picking up Bobby. Now here comes Jigsaw trying to pick up two, but a little bit of shove from Wretched King is going to keep them back. Here comes Bobby trying to say hi, trying to keep them at bay. And it's going to be Vile just eating Daisy alive. Literally. Now we see Looms looking to take another dragon between him and Vile. They're easily going to take this very quickly. no contest. Though it is an air direct, there's not a whole lot of contest. But they managed to match the exact same buffs. Oh, excuse me. Well, being able to has that Titanic Hydra Fist that is going to increase his damage and overall durability.
I'll be right under their noses. It's me!
Ever also doing an excellent job keeping up here. It's been a real back and forth. It's hard to tell who is winning. So Jigsaw applying lots of pressure to this bottom turret with his roam. He does have teleport. Benny gonna break the leash there. Gonna keep trying to do any kind of damage he can to Jigsaw. But Jigsaw is very durable. Oh, and it's gonna be really aggressive play using the shield to force more from Marlins, but there's gonna be Salt trying to get the lockdown on somebody, but he's gonna quickly get down. There's a double kill going to Ranguta, but Ranguta is gonna go down to Looms. Daisy's active, but it's about to die. I see Benny trying to get in there on top of Looms, but Looms is plenty healthy. He's doing quite a bit of damage, and it's gonna force a little root by Yoki. That's a 2-for-1. We see Beniona and Bobby and Ratchet King barely staying alive, whereas we saw Salt and Marlins just melt. Yogi trying to keep the buffs alive.
Confidence is engaged.
He's a little stunned. And that is going to be Marlins going down. He's not even getting a chance to live. Wretched King and an ult from Bobby are going to be more than enough to take him down. And this might just be the Baron play we've been looking for. There is a teleport from Jigsaw, I imagine. There it is. He's coming in. He's going to catch Wretched King. Wretched King is just going to melt. Here comes Bobby. There's the exhaust, keeping him alive a little bit longer. Scarlet is going to disappear. Bobby going to stay outside of the Astro Zero and going to get more damage on the Jigsaw. Now he is going for anybody, I imagine. With Jigsaw being down, Baron is still very much a viable target, but neither team wants to let the other get it. Currently, very slight lead. Very slight lead over to Ever. Sorry, I forgot their name a second, even though I'm looking right at the tag. Ugh.
From the forest.
Both teams. Neither team wants to be the one who creates the "oh no, we've lost because of a mistake I made" scenario, but it does mean very static gameplay with only attempted picks and such. Both teams are very much aiming for some kind of pick composition.
Sometimes you have to go back.
Keeping the vision around the Baron clear, we do see the Scarab Ward is about to vanish.
Here's something that won't wash off.
What are you guys up to? Need something to happen. We see Hood Jigsaw kind of near bottom. He's gonna move closer to mid though. Lots of pangs. There could be a fight here. There's gonna be a two-man knockup by Rangito. Marlins is gonna get stunned, but he could be going down here. Here comes Salt with the ultimate, but it does not stun anyone. Look like here comes Jigsaw. He's gonna get pushed back by Retrocek. And we see Beniona trying to move forward, trying to grab somebody. Looms barely living. Looks like he's gonna get away in the parking lot. Not parking lot, sorry. Reverie is gonna go through blue buff. Why is it parking lot? Ugh. Well, that woke me up. Ooh. Wretched can gain a bit of damage on the Vial, but Vial is very durable. It has that Spear Visage, has the extra health from the Dead Man's Plate, so he is very quick, very durable. And it looks like they want to do Baron. There's very limited vision here, but there is a ward just right there, I think. I can barely see them. And we are going to see Beniona and Rangito trying to stop them, but they're gonna melt so quickly. Rangito's gonna be forced to flash. There's no way he can get away here. And that is gonna be him going down. But while this is happening, there is the Elder Drake is going down. And it's gonna go over to Kinesis, but this Baron is going down to Ever most likely. There's no way that Kinesis can make it in time, so they trade side objective for side objective with the oh no. Here comes Jigsaw. They're going to lock down Yogi Bear, but they want Bobby real badly. Bobby's going to be forced to flash to get away. And that is going to be Yogi actually getting away. Yogi trying to help out Daisy a little bit, but... So, Baron and 2 kills going over to Ever. But they do list the Elder Ring. I imagine that Elder Drake is a very happy pickup. For Kinesis, they need all the help they can get. Yeah, that can be a decent chunk of damage done to them. Oh no, that is gonna be Bobby and Wretched King just exploding. See Yogi Bear trying to get away, but he's gonna be forced to flash. See Looms is chasing him down. There's no way that Yogi gets away. He just needs 1 or 2 Amorados. And that is him going down. That's a triple kill for Looms. Rangito could be in trouble next, but we're going to see him being eaten alive by Beniona, and Beniona is going to walk away. See Jigsaw trying to get aggressive under the turret. They have a Baron up minion wave. They're quickly going to eat this turret alive. There's no chance. And that is going to be the first inhibitor of the game at 38 minutes. And that is a bit of a pause. We see Ever has disconnected. So we are going to take a quick moment to look over things because I am slightly more awake than I was. Sorry, I'm just exhausted right now. And Beniona has the Gargoyle Plate. And lots of health from Sunfire and Hydra, Titanic Hydra specifically. Whereas Jigsaw is going for a more aggressive build with the Maw. And working on some other armor items. But you can see just how big of a threat Jigsaw is. He dives right onto Bobby every single time and just does enormous damage. Kled is no joke. And Looms has finally taken off. He had a slow start, but now that he has the Runins, he has the Blade, has the Infinity Edge, has the Last Whisper, he's exploding people. Anyone he can get it to. Pops his ultimate and just melts them. That's not to say Bobby isn't doing well as well. He is doing quite well. He's actually a little bit ahead, but he has the Rapid Fire Cannon and the Static Shiv rather than the Runins, because of course Runins got nerfed a little bit for on hit effects. That includes headshots. Hopefully we get back in the game fairly shortly, but this is a huge lead forever. They've got that inhibitor down. That's going to be significant because they can rotate to other lanes now, especially, well, I think they have some Baron time left. I'm actually kind of curious which is the right keys. This one?
A summoner
Nope,
has
it's
disconnected.
this one. There we are. Yet they still have half a Baron left. So they can rotate to bottom side, take that bottom turret really easily. They just need to get the wave up there is the only problem. And it's going to be, if they keep doing that, they almost certainly have this game in the bag. It's going to be extremely difficult for Kinesis to make a recovery. And for those who are wondering, yes, this is the third and fourth place match. The first place match ended, unfortunately, in a forfeit due to some timing issues with our one of our teams. And for those of you curious, that does mean that Combat Gaming Esports did take first place, whereas Last Hope took second place. So that's 5 and 4 points respectively. Pour myself some more caffeine. Give me a second. Combat Gaming Esports took first place. It's a rather odd name. We've never had a team that had both gaming and esports in their name. But Combat Gaming Esports, they've showed up a few weeks ago and they've done pretty well for themselves, even despite the odd name. Right, and Yogi Bear has picked up a Knight's Vow. Very interesting. We don't see a whole lot of Knight's Vows, honestly. It's a very rare item, and I didn't get a chance to read over the entire patch notes, but I'm curious to see if it was picked up as a buff, which might explain why it's being used more frequently. And yeah, it got a slight change. It no longer has health regen, but now it has cooldown reduction, which is useful for all tanks. Knight's Vow, huh? So with the CDR instead of the health regen, it does mean it's going to see a little more play, probably. Good for it. So between the Athenes, between the Redemption, between Knight's Vow, there's plenty of CDR. Or does Redemption not have CDR? I can't remember now. Either way, though, gonna have to see. Bobby has picked up the QSS Mercurial Scimitar. He's at 6 items, so he has no armor, but he has the cleanse to get rid of the bear trap. He's gonna do everything he can to keep his distance from Jigsaw. Jigsaw is just eating him alive every single team fight, and he's tanky enough that he can't be blown up immediately. He's one of those characters that has decent burst damage and really reliable tankiness. And we do see Salt has reconnected. Hopefully we get started real shortly. Where are we at? Looking at the score lines, it's just Jigsaw also just massively outfarmed Beniona. Benny has been roaming a lot, to be fair. But alright, so we are back officially. Sorry about the delay, folks, but Salt had some issues. But we're gonna see. Looks like Ever's just gonna go to the jungle, eat everything alive, and then back, and likely rotate to bottom if I had to guess. That would be the location that makes the most sense to me. And we do see. You see Kinesis trying to clear out the rest of the jungle that didn't get cleared. See Bobby trying to make his way to top to try and get some of these minions. We're actually seeing a split team right now. Salt does have a teleport, so that does make a bit of sense that why they can do that. And I'm actually curious to see if he can take Benione. He is very decently built, where Benny doesn't have much in the way of CDR. Not CDR, magic resistance. He only has the gargoyle plate. I know it's not his actual name, but it's close enough. And Salt with his dots are easily going to push this wave up. We're seeing a 2-0, or sorry, a 4-0-1 with Salt on the bottom.
Traumatic brain injury.
Wretched trying to get any kind of damage out there. Here on the bottom, Salt is going to start doing work. Benny does not have much in the way of health, and there it is. He's just going to melt without any kind of additional magic resistance. It's just no contest. And Salt is going to easily take this turret with the help of these minions. Oof, that looked extremely painful, I am not going to lie. And with that, that is going to be the last tier 2 turret also going down for Kinesis. They only have this upper turret and the Nexus turret left as turrets. And Salt is going to easily take this inhibitor as well, though. Oh, here comes Jigsaw to assist. I thought it was an enemy for a second. But that is the bottom inhibitor going down. Do they still have Baron buffs? No, they do not. They're out of Baron. Actually, no, I lied. Vile has Baron buffs still. Yeah, it is... Nope, it's gone now. It was only there for like half more second. But, oh no, Salt could be in trouble. He's pretty durable though. He's got the Rylai's. Takes a lot of damage though from Wretched King, who is no joke in terms of damage. Ooh, and Bobby almost finishing the job on Salt with his ultimate, but just not quite enough. It's gonna force him to back. He still has teleport, so he can get back very quickly if he needs to.
Sometimes I need to treat myself.
Unfortunately, we don't quite know when the next objective is. It's going to be a few more minutes. But I'll be shocked if Kinesis just doesn't go top and push this wave down. They have double super minion waves. They can easily just shove. Alright, Yogi can get that red buff. Gonna donate it over to Bobby. Good old Iron able to get a buff for himself, and another. There's Vile getting dumped on a lot of damage, but he's super tanky. He's very, very survivable. He is going to be able to away with a flash, and that is going to be Benny is melting. He's going to pop his shield at the last second, but it might not be enough. There's a Braum ultimate helping keep him alive, but Benny might burn to death. Nope, it is going to be a redemption to be alive. Here comes Jigsaw from the side, going after Bobby. He's going to take up Rangita with the help of Looms. Bobby doing his best. He is going to be able to pick up Jigsaw, but the GA is going to keep him alive. There's plenty of traps there. He is going to be going down. Looks like, yeah, Everett's just going straight for the win here. They're trying to get these turrets down, but that's going to be Salt going down to Bobby. And then there's going to be Looms picking up Yogi Bear. Rangito's in a lot of trouble. He's going to get slowed up. Bobby's trying to stay alive. He's exhausted, but he flashed back. And Bobby might be able to kill Vile. Vile is super durable, but Loom's looking to try and end this game with the help of Marlins. Oh, Marlins going for the kill on Bobby, and that is going to be game, I believe. There's no one alive for the next 15 seconds, and congratulations to Ever Esports. Loom's turning into a monster at the late game. And with that, that is going to be the last match of the evening, folks. Congratulations to them. Bit of a monster. Sorry about the inconsistent casting. I was only really honestly awake for the last half of this match. I'm so sorry. You guys deserve better. I will try to manage my sleep schedule a little bit better. Unfortunately, we didn't have Octavian here as well tonight. It's just me. And with that, we will be moving on to our little powwow at the end here. And with that, we do have... Let me take a look at the brackets. In first place, it is going to be Combat Gaming Esports. In second place, it's going to be Last Hope. In third place, it's going to be Ever Esports. And in fourth place, it's going to be Kinesis Green. And for those of you who don't know how our system works here at Reverie, we work on a cup system, meaning that you earn points towards a cup. We have qualifiers every week, and you earn more points. The teams that have the most points at the end of the month compete in the end of the month tournament for prize money and prizes in general. So that's going to be putting Combat Gaming Esports gets, from memory, my pricing right here. It's 5 points for first place, 4 points for fourth place. Third place has 3 points, fourth place has 2 points, and fifth through eighth all get 1 point each. not going to keep track of the teams that were in 5th through 8th, but that does mean that Comet Gaming Esports gets pushed up to 13 points, pretty much securing them their spot in the qualifiers next weekend on Sunday. Last Hope also gets 4 points. That puts them at 9 points. It's pretty much guaranteed they also. And that'll be it for now. Before we get going, I'm gonna give a quick shout out to our sponsors. Some of you guys may have noticed the commercial we played in between, but quick shout out to other sponsors, including Battlefy, which is the website we use to run our brackets. So that if you played the tournament, of course you use Battlefy. And then we do have also, try to think here, we have Vibi, which is the service that we personally use at Reverie to create our highlight videos. So it's very easy to use. You just go to the website, you plug in a video, create the highlight you want, and they'll make you the video. You don't need to download any software, so it's really easy to use. Then we also have Vibi, which is, I just mentioned Vibi, didn't I? They're the highlight service we use. I'm sorry. Deeko. Deeko is a apparel, and they make little oh shoot, let me show up the ad. I'll show you guys. Deeko. The little I forget what these things are called because I don't ever buy them, but people love them. Figures. That's what they're officially called. I keep trying to say dolls or toys, and that's just not quite right. They're figures. They sell figures. They sell gaming apparel, shirts. I have a couple of their shirts. And then last, but most certainly not least, we have Haste. Haste is a VPN-like service that optimizes your connection because sometimes when you're playing specifically video games, sometimes your connection doesn't go from point A to point B very quickly. It goes from one point to it travels from like point A to point B to point C, point D, point E, when really it just needs to go from point A to point Z in one jump. And services like Haste they streamline that so that you get a better connection. Because sometimes our ISPs like to screw people over, and so sometimes that you'll have a laggy connection despite being relatively close to your location that you're trying to connect to. So if say the servers for League are in Chicago and you also live in Chicago, but for some reason you're jumping out of state for some reason, your connections that creates artificial lag. But services like Haste fix those kinds of issues. So feel free to check them out. And that'll be it, folks. I've been your caster Effect, and I am going to be signing off and going to bed. So that's going to be it, folks. Good night.